Hey guys, welcome back. Today we'll be looking at the Super 7 Ultimates and NECA versions of Bebop and Rocksteady. And taking a look at the NECA packaging, it's going to be your standard green and yellow, cartoon images on the front, open window to see the product on the inside, and then of course you're going to have your image of Bebop on the side. As far as the backing goes, you will have more product images, current releases, future releases, and a nice photo of Rocksteady on the back there as far as your bio, backstory, and whatnot, typical of the NECA line. And as far as the Super 7s go, you're going to have your typical, I guess, what you call a trapezoidal box, or slightly thinner in the front as opposed to the back. Clear window as always with them. And the standard brick pattern that they have for these TMNT line. And as far as the back goes, you will have that back brick pattern continue along the back. And then, of course, you got your bios for both Rocksteady and Bebop on the back of both their individual packaging. And starting with these NECA guys, getting them out the package, as always, you're going to notice the high quality of paints, the shadowing, and the attention to detail that NECA really does put into all their figures. I like what I'm seeing so far as far as these two guys go, and as far as in-depth details, let's see what we can look at here. And first and foremost, like I said, I love the sculpt, love the pockets on the cargo pants, tactical pants. I like his belt, the bomb hanging, the face sculpt is done very, very well. Like the boots, the straps on that. Moving over to Bebop, and I like the sneakers on him. I like that chain around his waist, also his waist, his wristband having a chain, and then that skull necklace is just I want to say a nice little added touch at the end, so to speak. And moving on to the back, just as detailed as the front, you notice the shell on the side, a hip protector, another grenade on the back. You got his knife or his sword, his holder. You got some shells on Bebop's shoulders, just like the cartoon does. You got a nice spine back there on the back of Rocksteady. Got that chain going completely around. Got a nice strap around the leg. I mean, these are just great representations of the cartoon versions. And moving over to the Super 7 Bebop and Rocksteady, the Ultimates. If you didn't know or figure it out by now, Super 7, at least with their TMNT line, tries to modernize what was our 1980s, early 90s toy look with the more modernized, more articulated look. And looking at these, I think they nailed that right on the spot. I like the look of these guys also with the cargo pants. Got a black top. You can see the detail, the definition, the skin, the texture on this guy, the face sculpt, the legs. Like I said, everything's looking great. As far as Bebop goes, you can see the same thing. He's gonna have a chain on his wristband, the turtle shells for the shoulder guards, and like I said, as far as the detail on the back, you're gonna have a nice little spine there. The shirt continues around. You see some depth with that belt, the helmet, the waist guards or protectors, as you want to call them, the boots, the back of the boots, the camo going completely around the back. As far as Bebop goes, like I said, you see that chain, beautiful sculpting on the leather. I want to consume a leather jean jacket. Got the turtle dead skulls just hanging there. Got the leg brace, the sneakers. Just a lot of beautiful attention to detail. The little stitching on the legs, the mohawk. So as far as comparisons up front and foremost, comparing to each other, a lot of similarities as much as they are different. You will see the skull necklace, two interpretations, the chain, a belt, the sneakers, the wristbands, the chains, the skull shoulder protectors, the futuristic 3D 1980s, what you would call new wave style goggles, glasses, is pretty cool. I like the way these guys stack up against each other. As far as the comparison on these Rocksteadies, same thing. You see the toy version and cartoon coming forward both in these, and you can see the similarities and differences as far as boots, tactical pants, just a regular tank top. And just like I said, I mean, these companies did well for both what they're both representing. And like I said, I highly recommend picking up both. As far as where you're starting, if you've got a Super 7 Ultimate Turtle, this is how they look scale wise compared to your Rocksteadies. And I think this works on both scales. I don't think the Super 7 is too tall for the NECA or vice versa. And I don't think the Rocksteady's too short for the Super 7. I think it works great with the with both, like I said, both Rocksteadies. As far as the NECA version, of course, the Rocksteady is to scale for NECA's version. But with the Super 7, I wish NECA's was this large. Some people might say that Rocksteady is just a little bit too big, but actually, I imagine him being this big in real life. I mean, you got a rhinoceros next to a turtle. I'd imagine it being that large. And as far as the NECA comparisons to the Bebops, here you go. Like I said, the NECAs, of course, are going to scale. But like I said, I really do love this Super 7 Ultimate size comparison compared to the NECA. And as far as the Super 7 Ultimate Leo, here we got him. Like I said, I think, of course, the Super 7 scale perfectly. But I don't think the Bebop is too small for the Ultimate, and the Ultimate is too small for the Bebop. Like I said, I don't think the scale is way too off. I don't think they're too bad. I think it's a great scale. And as far as size comparison, all in one picture, here you go, guys. Just like I said, so you can see how they look height-wise, size-wise, scale-wise next to each other between Super 7 Ultimates and NECA Turtles. So moving on to the accessories, of course, you're going to have the fists that are in the figures. And you're going to have a set of open hands and some grabbing hands, or what you'd call our accessory hands. All four or all two sets of two, both the same on both guys. Then you have two guns, two phasers, and a communicator with Shredder's image superimposed on it. And as far as the Super 7 Ultimates go, that is Rocksteady that will come with the grenades. And like I said, they are a toy replicating company. So you will have the standard tree that came on the old 80s toys. And then you'll have modernized versions of the toys with silver paint, blacks, and an extra set of fists. Like I said, as far as Bebop goes, there you have your tree, your drill, your modernized. You got your fist, and then he does actually come with one extra head. The pink color, I believe, was the original color that was on the toy, and the brown color is what people, I guess, clamored for, saying look more accurate to the toy with the skin color. But you have options with both the brown or the pink head when it comes to the Super 7. As far as the head articulation, you get a lot of movement, a lot of play with the Super 7 Bebop. I mean, this guy looks like he can nod, make facial expressions all day. Fortunately, he has no mouth articulation. And as far as the shoulders go, that's pretty much as high as I can get them. It's not because they're stiff. That's pretty much as far as the balls allowing me to get on these figures. And as far as the rotation, you will have hindrance. They do go slightly further. I'm not trying to push it, but that's pretty much the gist of what you're going to get. No ab crunch, although you will have a waist swivel. Got a pretty good split on this guy. And as far as the back and forth goes, this is what you're going to get. Got a pretty good elbow bend. A little bit more than 90, but it is single hinge, so it will not bend too much more than that. And as far as the NECA version goes, here you can see the head. It's got a pretty good movement. I wouldn't say as good as the Super 7, but pretty good. You will have some mouth articulation though, and the glasses do pop up and down, so I have not tried removing them. It looks like they do fall off easily, although I would assume you have those holes in the side. But as far as movement, it's not limited too much at all. You're going to get some good poses, some good shots out of this guy. And as far as the arms go, that's pretty much as far as I was able to get them. I wasn't going to fight the turtle shells. They're strapped pretty tightly. As far as the waist, he does have a swivel, no ab crunch. That's about as far as you're going to get him to split. And as far as the leg articulation on the back, mine's stiff, but you can see it is not going to be too much more. I can bend it a little bit higher, but like I said, I don't really like messing with NECA. I've had different arms and legs and whatnot snap off on me, so I don't try to mess with them too much. Now, as far as the Super 7 Ultimate, here you got Rocksteady. His movement isn't as much as the Bebops, but it is better than both the NECA's versions. And as far as the arms, same thing with this. That's about as far as the joint lets you get up. You will have a good, nice waist swivel. It does turn a lot. As far as your split goes, you're going to get a pretty good amount of split on that. The turtle shells on the side are rubberized, stiffer rubber, so they do move out of the way pretty easily. No ab crunch at all. And as far as the arm continuing with that, you will have a full rotation all the way around. And with NECA's version, to close this off as far as articulation goes, that is as far as I will get mine. As far as the rotation, like I said, you will get the full all the way around. And the head will move up and down, side to side. It doesn't tilt too much. And as far as the mouth, it will open. And there you can get a side image of it. Got a good representation. You can see the teeth a lot more when you have it open and whatnot. But the one thing with this mouth is once it opens, it's free falling, so it's kind of hard to get it back into that position. It's not a very stiff joint. No waist swivel at all. That's about as far as I'm going to get my split, and that's all I'm going back and forth as far as the legs go. Like I said, NECA's a little bit stiffer to negotiate, and I don't try pushing my limits as far as returns, especially with out of stock products. So, like I said, that's about as far as I'm willing to give mine a go. And adding a couple more Bebops and Rocksteadies to the mix. Here we got Super Bebop and the Mighty Rocksteady, both versions from NECA in a 2-pack. Comparison next to the other guys in the group. So, like I said, I'm putting this video out there so people that are out there looking which way to go with their collection, this gives you a better idea of how these guys stand next to each other. And as always, collect what you like and like what you collect. See you later.